walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
All right, let's go. Welcome up to the live stream today. The bell just rang and the SPY is not past 600. Surprise, surprise. All right. Get the music down to a normal level. How we doing? How was everybody's weekend out there? Hopefully it was good. Hopefully you got nice and rested up for this week. Good morning, Mason. I hope you're having fun on your vacation. Looks wild from your picture I saw. What's up, Toby, Pew Pew, Hunter, Xavier, Adventure, Jason, TJ, Tiger, Jake, Steve, and Mason. SPY rejecting a little bit, right at $600 right now. A little bit of negativity here to start the day. Looking at the first 1 minute candle, it was slightly red. The second is getting a little worse. Ah, that'd be perfect. What time did you fly in? Or did you drive? Either way. Little cabin in the woods action. Check on some banks today. BAC, JPM. Wanted to see if we had any action there. JP Morgan's falling off a little bit. You're right at open. 0.62% to the downside, actually. Pretty bad. I was watching Nvidia this morning. They were up quite a bit. They are ripping it open. 1.6%. Holy shit. Mason said they left their house at 5 a.m. and got there at 4 p.m. That's like 11 hours. Wow. I didn't realize it was that far from Illinois to Tennessee. Yeah, 8 with combined stops. Wow. That makes sense. I'm driving to Florida. Mason, that one's going to be real bad. That's going to be real bad here in a few weeks. I wasn't gonna drive, but we have our daughter, and then we want to like bring things down that we can use and stuff like that, and it'd be too much of a pain to fly with it. Yeah, the top. Yeah. Thank God it's not in the middle. I might have cried. Man, Boeing not doing much here. Looking at Tessie, they're selling off quite a bit again this morning. If we zoom out, they're getting closer and closer towards the lows of yesterday. Or sorry, lows of Friday. Actually, it's the lows of Thursday. But they are approaching those recent lows. Right around 274 to 275. That is going to be something that I watch for closely here. 280s coming up, but I might be going to Mount Juliet soon. 99-year-old grandma. Not doing well. Wow. Yeah, prayers go out to her. 99. What an age. Tessie, 3.7%. They're trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. It doesn't look great, though. Nvidia continues to explode. They're way past 144 now. Up to 145 almost. Great push, though, up 2% on the day. Man, Nvidia has been strong. Let's check that book map. I know 145 is huge on Nvidia here. There's like 2.6 million shares at 145. Yeah, 2.3 million right now. Yeah, it is pretty insane. Haha, Mason in and out of the SPY puts. Wow, yeah. SPY had a true 600 rejection come in. Wow, unfortunately not able to get any good PA past there quite yet. We need some trade talk news. Good morning, AK. Oh, yeah. Everyone's reporting on Tesla falling on the headlines today. CRCL jumped well this morning, up 25%, up to 138, almost pushing 140 following their IPO. I'm seeing stats that they're up 329% from their IPO. Keep in mind, I don't think that we get to buy it at the true IPO. Yeah, it's only like 115% since it was public, but there's always those pre-IPO buyers, or forget what they call that exactly. It's been a while since I've looked into that, but they have something where it essentially IPOs, and before it comes to the actual market to trade, it trades for a different price. It's kind of weird. Good morning, Ryan. You want Tesla at 279, AK says. 279, that would be pretty good there. Testing that lower support. Maybe a good dip buying zone. Maybe not. Hard to say with the bad news lately with Elon and Trump. I haven't been following much of what Elon's been saying anymore. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he deleted his Epstein posts, which was pretty weird. Give me 1 second, guys. Hang on. Give me 1 sec. All right, we're back. Had to mess with something. Check the QQQ. 529 coming up. Pretty big support from the past few days. We've seen a little action here in pre-market today even. Pretty close. 529.30, 529. We can tell from Friday there was lots of touches there. I'm almost leaning towards a breakdown until we get some news. With the way things are shaping up so far this morning. The dips aren't too bad yet, but SPYs was looking pretty rough. When you zoom out, though, you can tell, compared to Friday, it's not really that bad. I do love the 598 support on the SPY, though. That'll be pretty huge coming up. A lot of these wicks actually extend closer to like 597, but right around that range. Tesla at 100. Oh no. That would make everybody sad. $100. Wow. That would be pretty insane. $100. What days am I in Florida? I'm leaving Friday, June 20th, and I'm coming back the 27th, I believe. Something like that. I'm coming back like the 28th. Something very close to that. Christian bought more Tesla. Hey, averaging in. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know you were going. Or I probably forgot. Go check Bank of America. Too bad I'm not in the middle of Florida. That'd be funny. We play some golf. I'd drive over to the coast. Palantir falling down this morning to 125. Little pullback at 128. Little pullback action. 124.50, 125. Support coming up into play. I gotta say, Mason, I don't know anyone that does more shit than you. Always doing stuff. 125 is huge. I have another buddy that I play golf with all the time, and he's traveling all the time as well. He just went on like a 5-state exhibition. Monday morning for trading. Palantir trying to make the comeback off 125. Palantir has some weird PA. This support under here is pretty strong. I don't love it past, like, up past 128, though. I'd watch for it to get back maybe to pre-market resistance or something if we do see some good positivity, but pretty weird how quickly it bounced there as we were watching it. Nvidia went up at open and really pulled it back. I know the SPY was pulling down at open as well, or trying to come back. Almost looks like Palantir in the way that it's trying to recover. Wow. Weren't you just in Arizona or something too? Man, Tassie all the way up to 291. Wow. They came all the way back. Now, I'm not saying they're all the way back up to Friday's levels, but they're way past from where they opened. Not bad on the recovery here. I'm not seeing any news, of course. I did see news that Tesla was downgraded this morning, though. That was one bad piece of news there. Let's see if I can find the... Let's see if I can pull it up. Where's those downgrades at? I'll pull it up and drag it over. I think it was a double downgrade. So Argus and Baird. I guess it's not the biggest names ever, but... Lovesac earnings on Thursday. Lovesac. L-O-V-E is the ticker. Love. That's a pretty funny one. The Lovesac. What do these guys do? Their stock looks pretty damn interesting, if I gotta say so. I'm looking up Lovesac. Okay. It's the couches and the big beanbag things. No shot, really? Holy shit. Their couches are like $5,000. I know couches can get expensive, but I know there's some that are way more than that, but sounds like a men's Victoria's Secret. It kind of does. Something weird like that. The stock is very interesting, though, in the way that it's setting up. The way in which it's actually coming up off of that recent dip here is pretty crazy. And they had a good earnings report last time. Obviously, it doesn't have to be good this time, but look at how this company, like, gaps down and up on these earnings reports. This company loves earnings. It's funny. Loves to have crazy moves. This will be an interesting one now that you mentioned it. Hooker was another one people were liking on Thursday. Hooker. Ticker symbol HOFT. I think they only liked it, though, because it was called Hooker. That's literally the only reason. But looking at their stock, it's kind of interesting as well. Coming up off of a massive dip. And it's not even that it might... It's not that it's necessarily going to be the bottom for the long term or anything, but it is definitely ripping up here in the short term. Pretty weird. Of course, VSCO is my favorite Wednesday. Interesting point on the chart for them. Ultra premium beanbags. Yeah. I couldn't believe when I saw that. I was like, a $1,000 beanbag? What the fuck? $55 microwave at Walmart just went up to $65, Coconut said. Why is that? Man, $100 hitting on Walmart's stock, though. It actually acting as pretty good short-term resistance at 100. I doubt that it breaks out till the SPY starts to rip through 600 or something along those lines. I just got some news. The U.S. posts notice of aluminum products subject to tariffs. They also posted steel and derivative products subject to tariffs. No, sorry, not derivatives. It says derivate. Derivate. I've never seen that. Steel and derivate products. Sorry, I had the news pretty small. I thought it said derivatives. It's NBIS continuing to run. Nebius, there we go, 8.8%. NBIS, wow. Ripped above $50. I thought maybe that would be a short-term peak for them, but nope. Right through today. On the daily, they have big resistance up around 55 and then 60. Ooh. That'll be pretty huge. Wonder if it'll get there. First resistance here is right around 54, 55. I guess it's close to 55. We can see right here on the chart where I'm circling, there was some price action in the past. Couple hits right there. I know that that recent peak is nice to see a breakout there today, but this next like 55 level will be pretty huge coming into play. Nebius. ASTS is on the run, Brain says. AST Space Mobile, love it. Let's go. I love that setup from... That's pretty awesome. It broke out in pre-market in a crazy way. And then broke Friday or Thursday's high. Like it was butter. Yeah, ASTS is loving PA this morning. URG. Your Energy. Don't think I've ever even heard of this one. URG. Feel like I have, but you know, it's not one that stuck in my mind. On the daily, it's been falling a lot. Got to 60 cents support. Bounced pretty good here in the short term. Let's go check UUUU. It almost seems like a uranium stock, if I had to guess by the movement and by the name. That's a pretty good rip, though. I could see a continuation from this for a few days. I think it's setting up in a fantastic way for a breakout of that recent peak. And resistance. Oh, it's actually right at $1 a share, too. That's funny. That peak is right at $1. Okay. That's a pretty big psychological spot. $1 a share. Pull up the news here. Somebody asked about some Palantir news. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything myself. Yeah, was it really Brain? That's funny. I didn't know that this one was on those. A lot of them that I hear, I remember seeing on like gaming videos. Do you guys remember how people used to do like really cool like gaming edits on YouTube? It would just be a song with like crazy slow-mos and stuff. PUBG? Your company did a merger Friday and their stock went down. Really? 50-50 chance you get liquidated. Oh. NVDA trying to bounce back up here. 144 coming into play. How about NVTS? Go watch them again. They're up 12%. They're pushing the high of the day. Let's see how they react here. I'm definitely looking for more of a breakout. I'm gonna grab a drink of water real fast. Give me 1 sec. Going with the water today. Two watch lists open here. NVTS leads my watch list today, 13%. As we watch it around that high of the day, it's at $7 again. It loves this level. It loves $7. Let's zoom out on the 15-minute chart. I'll show you. Here it is the past few days. Well, past couple of weeks, I should say, but here's the touches at 7. Pretty spot on. It's trying to get through, though. Love that PA today. Oh, it actually just broke. Literally just broke through 7. Let's go. There we go. NVTS on fire, 16%. Wow. Wow, NVTS. What a break. Right after the bot called it. Break $7. Let's go. Needs to get a little bit more of a run, but my company looked like the bitches in the merger, and they made this kind of unique and goofy ship they made here. Chart Industries. Is that the name of the company? Looks like 530.65. Man, the NASDAQ has a weird resistance here. A lot of pre-market resistance here on the NASDAQ. It's rejecting a little bit down. Oh, a shop. Gotcha, gotcha. I was like, ship? What? SPY, 599.40, 599.50. It popped back a little bit, right back into the middle of the range. We can see this is the top of the range, this is the bottom of the range, and now it's right in the middle. Slowing up. These are things that I look at without even drawing them out. I just see them in my mind. normally. A big range. I want to see a good $600 break this week, but we need the news. Where's the trade war news? Russia launched a record nearly 500 drones in overnight attack on Ukraine. 500 drones. Damn. The drones are wild. I must say that the drones are really wild. Renault to start manufacturing drones in Ukraine? Are you serious? Renault? Like the, I think they call it like Renault or whatever. I know them. I think it's a French car manufacturer, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's French. I used to play their cars on, you know, Forza and stuff like that, and Forza Motorsport 4, pretty fun. Used to also see it on Top Gear, I believe. Quite a bit, different Renaults, however you say it. I think they should be called Skynet. Wait till the drones are controlled by AI? Oh no. That would be terrible. What if they targeted the wrong people too? I'd be pissed. That'd be pretty nuts. I don't think it'd even be that hard. You know, it would just have to have like a tracking mechanism on it. That's pretty interesting. The best Forza, Xavier, you know. That was the best one ever, for real. The cars kind of suck. Yeah, I didn't know if they were good or bad. For those of you that don't know, this is the car manufacturer that we're talking about. Well, this makes them look kind of cool. Let me... Here's kind of like what their cars look like. They actually don't look half bad, if I gotta say. Looks kind of like a RAV4 mixed with like a Subaru Forester or something. I kind of like this blue one. I like it. Palantir does that. The problem is the quality, Brain says. Palantir has AI things for drones. You know, I've looked a lot at technology in the past. Like, let's say, how you would do like a laser guided rocket. How some of these people even have things like where you can attach these heads to the rocket that like allow it to do said things. Now, but I think it's very interesting technology to have like a, you know, AI things with drones. Obviously, I'm thinking kind of like, let's say you have like, it's almost like a targeting system like a jet would have or something like that. With the tracking and all that. You saw Tesla driving here. It had a SpaceX badge on it. Wow. You didn't have to go through Missouri at all, did you, Mason? Let me get on the map real quick. Nope. Nope, you didn't have to. I didn't know if down there at the bottom it like intersected very slightly, but nope. Also, totally depends on what part you went to. Tennessee's kind of like a horizontal state more than a vertical one. So, like, if you went to, like, Memphis or Nashville, it doesn't seem like it'd be as far. But if you went to, like, Knoxville or something like that, it looks a lot worse. Oh, you're by the Smokies. Okay. I'm looking at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Yeah, that one's a little further. Oh, past there even. Wow, yeah, okay. That is far. QQQ. A lot of chop up at the top today. We've been eyeing up this resistance. It's just really failed to break through there. How do you like your HMY today? Let's see. HMY / he asked. Harmony. Looks pretty rough today, if I must say. Let's go to that daily chart. Starting to turn over a little bit here. I'm getting a bit worried, but I am watching this short-term trend. Let me go to the hourly here. I'm seeing this short-term trend come into play. HMY. This is kind of what I'm seeing here on the HMY setup. I'm glad to see it holding the bottom end of this range. But I will say I'm getting a little bit worried over the past couple trading days that it might end up falling down and out of here. I don't love the setup right now, looking at it at this point. I know last week it was looking a lot better as it was setting up here and even breaking out at one point. But it really has trended down now. Kind of surprising me. Cook is up almost 50%. Cook. Cook it up. Traeger. Oh, okay. Traeger. Interesting. Why are they up so much? Holy shit. Cook is cooking. Wow. What the hell? Why are they up so much? That doesn't make much sense to me. There's no news on Thinkorswim. My brain said it's barbecue season. Hell yeah, it is. I just barbecued yesterday. Made a nice ribeye and a big pork steak. RKLB doing nice things, Zachary said. I gotta stick on Cook for a minute, man. Oh my god. That daily chart looks good. Why was Cook... Traeger was like doing so bad too. It's pretty funny. Like literally turned into a penny stock off IPO. But whenever they start to trend up, they do have some pretty good continuations. This is interesting here on Cook. I like it almost for a swing style setup. It's hard to buy on a day it went up 40%. I will say. It's going to be super risky if you do decide to try to take that one, but let's go check Rocket Lab. We do like that one quite a bit from time to time. 11%. Man, that pre-market breakout was pretty awesome. Broke well above pre-market high. What is uneek? What does that mean? AK, I've never heard anyone say that. Being the only one of its kind, singular, or special in some way. Okay. No, that unique, not unique. Maybe you did mean unique. Oh, you're not spelling it right. I see. It's spelled like this. There you go. Ah, I see now. I feel kind of dumb that I couldn't figure it out, but yeah, AKO, you're spelling it wrong. That's funny. I thought there was some type of special word you were trying to say there or something. Tesla up to 295. Pretty big resistance here on Tessie hitting today, but it has been recovering pretty well so far. It is starting to turn over literally right at 295, but yeah, adhesive panels and all, Brain said. That's funny. I can't believe how bad those panels were on the Tesla trucks falling off. Glued on. RCAT, $8.80. Was doing pretty well on the recovery, but did slow up. We're seeing a few of these growth stocks today actually continuing and breaking their pre-market high. So I would have RCAT on watch here for a potential break. There's been a lot of stocks getting it done today. It's a new word the kids are saying these days. That's funny. Nebius, 12% now. Still running by NBIS. ASTS slowed up. Rocket Lab. Oh man, Cook turned over. Intraday, Cook definitely, the price action has shifted a little bit for now. Orla. Sloshy said, might have to get some Orla mining. Let's see. Orla. I don't know, Sloshy. It just seems a little bit high for me right now. Gold is starting to pull back slightly. I'm not sure that we're going to get a real pullback or not, though. If the China news comes in positive, that would help gold. Well, help the economy, which would hurt gold, actually, technically. So that would be something that I'm a little worried of there. But again, what if the China news goes south? I don't know. A tough one there, then. What did the supports look like on HIMS, HIMS? Major daily support on 5150. Let's zoom it in. Oh, yeah. 5150 is huge as support on HIMS here. Now, there is a pretty good area of support today as well. Very close to 54 to 55. I would almost call it a $1 range between 54 and 55. I guess a little closer to 54.50 if I had to get super specific. But that's a pretty big level here before like 50 starts coming into play. Or 51.50 again. You can see as I zoom out, you can tell like where a lot of these hits were around here. So it is actually on a support right now, which is good if you're looking to buy the dip, but it's kind of a strange setup from the day, I would say, but I don't love the way it's setting up. All right. FAT is up 15. There's a ticker symbol called FAT. F-A-T. Seriously? FAT Brands. Wow. What do? Do they make fat people clothes? They literally are called Fat Brands. Like, I wonder what they make. Let's see. Fat Brands. their website is badass. Look at this. Watch this when I click on it. Watch what it does. Oh, it didn't do it this time. Come on, do it again. Man. It did some really cool, like, graphic thing. Oh. It's not doing it now, but... Fat Brands. I guess they just make, they have food. I think it said that they acquire food brands and stuff. Oh, they own Fat Burger? I feel like I've heard of them. Never been there. Don't even know where they are, but... West Coast. So they acquired this one in 2003. Here we go. We're going to see a timeline. Buffalo's Cafe. Never heard of that one. Buffalo's Express, never heard of that. 2017, they got Ponderosa. No way. Ponderosa kind of sucks, though. Hurricane Grill and Wings. I've never even heard of these things. Elevation. Johnny Rockets. I know that one. Now, I know Johnny Rockets. Never heard of these. Hot Dog on a Stick. That's literally a brand. Twin Peaks. Ooh, okay. I know that restaurant. If you guys don't know why it's called Twin Peaks, well, just visit. Fazoli's, okay, I've heard of them. All right. Smoky Bones. I've heard of a few of those. Interesting. Fat Brands. At least they don't make clothes. They make fat stacks, Sloshy said. That's funny. $2 support on fat actually recently bounced. It's actually bouncing pretty good off $2 support. This one is one that I'm going to be watching because I just find it interesting, and I think it's a stock that could have some wild movement. It actually has not been on the market for too long. And one thing that I am watching for very closely on the chart here with FAT is there's a gap down opportunity. There's a gap that needs to fill down to like 190. And it got pretty close as it touched off $2 here recently. I mean, do we count it as a gap fill? I mean, I don't think you could. But as far as like shares go, it would be super risky to buy it at 286 considering that it was at like $1, you know, in 2020 at support, and it's just been dying. I would not be surprised if it fell back to support again, but it is one that, you know, if you're looking for a swing, it's starting to move off the bottom end here, and, you know, whenever this thing swings, it swings pretty good, so... And it's like right at the beginning of its move. Would be a tough hold. I feel like on that one, you know, pending account size, you're not going to want to throw too much at it. And if your account size is not large enough, I wouldn't play it at all. Tesla trying to come back. 295 coming into play. Ray said, you think it's time to cut a long-term position on APLD? Feel like it's losing strength. It is kind of losing strength. You're right. It's starting to slow up a lot more up here at the top. This does not mean that it's going to be stopping here, though. But I totally feel you, and I definitely think that in the short term, if you're up a decent amount, you should take profits on the majority of your position. One big reason I have is it's bouncing off the $15 resistance, which worries me. $15 is pretty big. Celsius is moving. CELH 4.7%. $42.80 on Celsius. Definitely a good move on Celsius's part. Really ripping back up off the bottom end of its range here. I know all the dip buyers on Celsius are happy as hell right now seeing this. I know a ton of people that own Celsius under 30 bucks and are still holding. I personally like Celsius. I don't own a ton, but it's one that I like. Hunter had been pretty vocal on Celsius as it was dropping. I know he was one that talked about them quite a bit. Canada's Prime Minister Carney said Canada should no longer send 75% of defense capital to the U.S. No longer send 75% of defense capital to U.S. What are they talking about? How about we just don't protect you then? I don't know if that's what he's talking about, but Jeanette, are you in here? Do you know what your Carney's talking about? Any Canadians in here? No, Ray. Nobody got added. Nobody got added in. Mason says, hey. It's so funny when you hear like those hockey players talk. It's so distinct. HAC, what do you think about CoreWeave? Not one person has said anything about CoreWeave today, but it's on fire. 11%. A really good breakout, HAC. At least not that I noticed anyway. Isaac said Ponderosa's so ass. I thought they were out of business. I think that they are, actually. Wait, Rick, Fat Brands pays a 19% dividend? No shot, really? I gotta go check this one out really quick before I look at CoreWeave. Oh, okay. I'm seeing dividend TTM 5.57%. I don't know where you got the 14% number from. But I gotta say, still pretty good. Bat's breaking above 3 right now. CoreWeave is slowing up a little bit at 160. Man, yeah, Fat is still breaking. Breaking 3. NVTS checking back in. Still holding up well. Right back up to $7.50. They're looking solid. Solid. We might see a 750 break. Looking great. Jeanette says Carney is introducing his own big beautiful bill. Oh, really? He says, Canada says to create new defense procurement agency. New defense procurement agency. Defense manufacturing to use Canadian steel and aluminum. All right. He said to boost defense spending to hit NATO's 2% GDP target this fiscal year. Canada to buy new submarines, aircraft, ships, armed vehicles, artillery, radar systems, add drones. No way. So Carney wants to buy a whole bunch of stuff because He knows that we want him. I can't believe that Trump was talking about them being the 51st state. I just don't think that that would ever happen. Never, yeah. Never, ever. Unless World War III broke out and then they just decided to join. But that would be the only thing. And even at that, I don't think it would happen. AK thinks it's possible. I think that the Greenland crap is more likely in my eyes. Go back to fat as it's at $3. Wow, $3.40. Holy shit. Fat popping it off. 27%. Looking at the percentages on my watch list, I guess I'll put them on there. I guess we'll add them on. What was one of the other ones I liked from earlier? Let's see. Cook. Is that what it was? Cook? No. Oh no, it was Cook, wasn't it? So we'll put Cook on there. I'm ready to cook up. Wow, fat turned over now. That was a nice move, and then immediate rejection. It's pushing back towards 3. It's getting a little wild. How's that volume looking? Wow, it's staying high. Tesla's about to be green, Mason said. Tesla up in the green, up to 295, 296. There we go. Hell yeah, well into the green. Looking good. I love the way that it actually slowed down here around 294, and the way in which it just ripped through 295 was amazing. Just a very nice, consistent, like, uptrend on the day. For now. It'll probably hit 300 and have some problems, but... Looks like after hours on Friday, there was a lot of rejections close to, like, 296.50. That's very close to where it's getting to. So just watch out for that, but... Actually not terrible on the move right back to break even, like you said. How'd you like the Cardinals beating the Dodgers 2 out of 3 games? That was pretty cool. The Mason don't want to hear it. They're catching the Cubs, aren't they? The Cubs are 40 and 25. The Cardinals are 36 and 29. Actually, they're still kind of far off. I do gotta say, personally, I think that the Cubs pitchers are way overperforming this year. I don't think that they're going to end up as good as they're looking right now. Personally. I could be wrong. Mason says they always do good early and then fall apart. Ryan says, Tesla wants green. As soon as you said that, it went red. Oh. Of course. Bank of America. It's like JP Morgan. Ah. Nothing crazy there. Go back to Rocket Lab, which had some good action. Check it out. ASTS, Rocket Lab. Okay. Hey, I fixed my charts. Oh, I hope I saved it. Good, good, good. Yep. Made sure to do that. Joby, Charles said. Joby. Demure. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Xavier said, Ryan says it wants red, so it goes back into the green.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you.
I'm Jelly Mason went to a Waffle House. That's funny. I promise you're not missing out on much. Alarum. I've never heard of ALAR. 23% though. Oh, he said this one sucked. Damn. Tesla to 0. 0. How dare you, Ryan?
How dare you?
Did you guys actually hear that Greta got in trouble over the weekend?
How dare you?
She was out trying to go to Israel or something dumb. It was like trying to like drive a boat to Gaza or something funny. I was like, what? Is this real? Apparently it was.
How dare you?
Oh man, she's pissed today. She won't stop. Yeah, she's really angry. Watch this. I'll show you. Greta detained. Yeah, Israeli forces seize Gaza-bound boat and detain Greta Thunberg. Thunberg or whatever. A boat. Who would want to go to Gaza? Like seriously, like who would want to go there, right? Like, I get it, like, if you're stuck there and you're stuck, I get it. Or you're born there or whatever, I understand. But, like, who would want to go there? Like... She's always getting fake arrested? Yeah. Always getting arrested. She'll be out in no time. I wonder if she's actually already out. Probably so, right? Doesn't Greta know those boats run on gas? Yeah, all that gas is spilling in the ocean. What the hell? Oh, Demir said he's finally getting burnt on In-N-Out. You know what? I think I got burnt on the Five Guys. I haven't had Five Guys in like a month now. It feels like. It's probably been like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but it's been a little while. Like AOC. I'll be honest, I think that AOC is gonna run for president one day. I could see it. I could see it. SPY back to 600. Broke 600. Whoa. There we go. Moving higher again. That's nice to see. Now that recent high is up around $600.80. Very close to 601. They were trying to deliver aid? Really? In that little boat? In this little boat? Oh, interesting. Oh, she's waiting to board. I see. Interesting. The British flagship Madeleine. Okay. A symbolic amount of aid. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, it's not my thing. I'm not totally into that stuff. I thought it was interesting though, just because we play Greta's sound. I thought it was interesting.
How dare you?
Makes sense what she's trying to do. Holy shit, SPY's moving. Yeah, the QQQ's moving too. How dare you, Israel, AK says. How dare Israel? They kidnapped my girl. How dare them? Greta belongs to us here on the live stream. KEP? Never heard of this one. Korea Electric Power Corp. Someone said keep an eye on KEP. Flashy. How do you even find this? Korea Electric Power Corp. Insane. I'm gonna down a little bit more water real fast. Give me a sec. All right, we are back. SPY now needs to use 600 as support. Watch out. Use it as a key support here today. This will be a big level to see hold and a big bounce to come in off of. Good $600 hold and bounce. Trump gives U.S. negotiators room to lift export controls on China. Trump lets Secretary Bessent levy tech sales controls and lets negotiators weigh lifting export controls. Wow. Wow. Okay. Trump's letting him levy the tech sale controls in the talks. Now we're getting some action coming through on the China side of things. All right, here we go. SPY is testing 600. It just barely broke it, but it's on watch here. If we do see a hold, that would be awesome. Nvidia breaking out of the top. 145 coming up, 2.24%. $145. Let's see that daily chart. Wow, Nvidia. It broke 145. No, it didn't. It's like right there. Look at it on the book map, guys. 2.6 million shares stacked up at 145. This is nuts. $2.6 million. It's pretty rare that we see a stock have this many. Granted, stuff like Nvidia, Apple, things of that nature generally have more. What do you think about the upcoming Chime and Voyager IPO? Chime will be pretty interesting. Tough to say. When do they IPO? Voyager, let's see theirs. See. The one that I've been liking lately is Circle. Honestly, I know it's only been on the market for like 2 days, but that's been the one that I've been watching on their IPO lately. June 12th on the NASDAQ calendar. Gotcha. I always like to let them IPO and then see how they go. For the first couple days, you usually see some pretty insane price action, but sometimes they'll end up falling back down quite a bit, so worries me a little bit, but NVTS is up 20% now. No way. Navitas. Yes. Pretty nice. You know, they've been kind of stuck here for the past 15 minutes, 30 minutes or so, but pretty good overall, I'd say. NVTS. Can you talk about TSLL? I bought a 1150 call. Should I hold for the week? TSLL? I know all about them, but I'm looking at Tesla more specifically here. The main thing, it's not even really talking about TSLL. It's just mainly just watching Tesla. Really, all that you need is just good movement out of Tesla, and you'll be perfectly fine, good to go, Andre. Looking at Tesla here, in the short term, it's actually fantastic to see it forming this higher low. That is great for you to see today. Another great thing for you is we can see there was like a pretty bad downwards trend going on recently. Not that it's following the line perfectly, but we can just see that visually there's been an overall downtrend here happening. Today's movement is kind of getting it through there, especially if it were able to break like 297 and get to 300 plus today. I think you'd be looking really solid on that TSLL call. Should I hold for the week? I don't know like when your expiration is. But if you're when is your expiration too? That's a big deal. CRCL dumped. Yeah, it did dump HAC. It was a dumper today. It was really good for the first like 2 minutes. First like 5 minutes or so. The fat loss is real. Oh my god, it gave it all back. Holy shit. I knew that was a weird move, guys. I mean, that was weird, you know. That was very weird. I'm going to be watching it close as hell the next few weeks. Or better pop. I think you use a hold, Hack. I think it looks solid right now. It's trending up in a great way. I love the way it's actually pushing its recent resistance. I could see it breaking out. There will be pullbacks mixed in along the way, of course, you know, so I don't expect it to be straight up forever, but pretty solid. And I do think that, like, overall, off of this bottom level, I see it, you know, holding and moving higher off here as time goes. Whenever you scroll out, they have been coming up off this crazy lower level, but they've been dipping back down the past few months. We're starting to see a lot more positivity with like nuclear energy and nuclear power, things along those lines, and uranium and energy fuels will be right there for that. CCJ, solid too. Really solid. The only problem with CCJ is that they're just so high. You know, they're literally at, I think, all-time highs, right? No, not quite. Their all-time highs in, like, 2006 and stuff were a little higher, but they're definitely up to recent highs, and they are explosive. I think that they're a good hold, too. It's just, this one's a little bit overextended, if we had to be honest. I would probably err on the side of waiting for pullback on this one. Now, it will leave you behind. It's one of the stocks that will do that, but it's, I don't think it's smart to buy it up here. Even if it does continue up for a little while, I just, it's not the smartest idea to do that. No matter how much you think it's going to go or what you think. It's like when Elon went from looking like a fridge to looking like a Kardashian. I forgot about that. That's pretty funny. Tesla, 295. It's having a lot of problems here today. It's just slowing up. I still like it for a potential move higher based off the PA alone, but we'll see if Elon says something smart or not. Wasn't that pretty wild last week between Elon and Trump? I thought that was insane. ETOR? eToro. Look at this one that came on the market not too long ago. I saw that some analysts initiated coverage on them, so it made me think of it. eTOR. B of A Securities, UBS, JMP, okay, Goldman, Jefferies. eTOR. 6.2%, looking pretty solid on the way it's moving here. Breaking its IPO high. Oh. Brain. Timothy says, what are your thoughts on Rocket Lab? Will it keep pulling back or will it pull up? Rocket Lab. Intraday here, I see it pulling back. Well, actually, hang on. It's like right as I zoomed out, it's right on support. This area of support that it's trying to hold is pretty major. I could see it pulling back a bit more personally, but it is on a pretty big area of support. It might bounce and try to run up and then pull lower. It's hard to say, but I lean down from this exact point. I'm sure some people are going to be watching for a hit off support and move higher. For me, it's tough to say that the high of day would break from this point. I just don't love the setup there. ASTS is kind of similar. It's a little closer to the high, though. Should I shorten Nvidia? Probably so, Demir. 145 is a pretty big resistance. We see on the book map. It has 2.6 million shares there. I think you have a good chance. Now, if it runs through 145, I'd cut it pretty quick. But I think that you have a good chance here of more rejection coming in. It just broke out above last week's resistance, and we could probably see a little support touch, but Andre says it's still Friday. Yeah, I would wait. I wouldn't swing that overnight too long like that, Andre. You don't really want to be swinging options that expire this Friday, like overnight. You're gonna run into a lot of crazy fluctuations that way within your account, and it'll probably end up bad most of the time. Did anything come out about U.S. and China? Yeah, it did. Trump apparently let U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent levy tech sale controls in his talks with China. So they're allowing that at least. SPY rejecting at 600. Hood book map, please. Let's go see Hood. 7130 resistance coming up. I'll pull it up here real quick. No, it already is up. Here's what it's looking like. Anyone think Apple will move with their keynote today? That could be interesting. The Apple Worldwide Developer Conference. I think it's possible. This conference goes on like all week though. Yeah, keynote Monday, June 9th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I tried to play that live one time here on the stream, and I actually ended up getting in trouble with YouTube again, of all things. Believe it or not.
Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies. So you can
Yeah, they got me again. You know it, Ryan. Apple down to around 205. Gonna be a little worried on this one. It bounced off $200 in the short term, and it's been trying to hold that as some key support. So I am happy with their price action. Like whenever I zoom out, the past few trading days anyways, I think they look like they're holding up pretty well. I would think it'd be pretty rare if they really continue down here. Very rare for them, considering that we saw this weird influx of buying on the daily. Normally, whenever I've seen things like this in the past, it's indicated a low. So I'm definitely going to be watching Apple to pop up from this point here off that low, rather than drop back down under 200 and die towards 170 again, which I guess it's always possible, but I think with some good China news and stuff of that nature, we'll be all set to go. Sound to $11, Xavier says. S-O-U-N. You said to 11. Yeah, I like that. I could see that. Next few trading days, you know, it's consolidating today. Maybe tomorrow it bounces off 980, and then, you know, you start to get that $11 recovery back in. There is a good support here that I would think that this could touch and then run up off of. It could even like base down here for a little bit before moving up. Note how it sat here for like 3 to 4 trading days before. Or having that weird move, kind of showing that there's a little bottom here. I'm betting on underwhelming China news. Underwhelming. That would be kind of rough if we did get some underwhelming China news. The SPY would probably pull back pretty hard if we had some underwhelming news from that this week. Amazon's investing $20 billion to expand AI and cloud infrastructure in Pennsylvania. Whirlpool is planning to sell $1.2 billion in bonds. WHRL. Whirlpool. I don't know why it's even telling me that news. We can't even trade this one. You meant Boeing? Oh, okay. You meant BA like Boeing. Oh, wow. Yeah, Boeing, 2%. What's up with the past few minutes? They might have had some news. That's a lot of volume coming in there on Boeing. I didn't see any. RBC Capital maintains outperform. Let's see. Started popping off around 15 minutes ago. Man, I'm not seeing any Boeing news myself. But it looks like some news hit. Because that is quite the volume hitting there, honestly. Yeah, still no news that I'm seeing. Weird. A poll says 94% of Americans have listed inflation as top economic worry. You made a little short on Nvidia. Nice, Demure. $144, almost bouncing on Nvidia here. Almost. $292, $293 on Tessie. It's been trying to hold this level all morning, and it's actually been pretty successful doing it so far. See you later, Mason. Have a good day in the Smoky Mountains. Don't get eaten by any bears or nothing. Plug is treating Xavier well, really. Plug power up to $1.08. Pretty big. I'll take half out at $14.90, but I want to see them push through that sell wall. Nvidia. That sell wall is so big. It might not get through, but hey, I like that that little short though, Demir. Have a good one. Pretty fire there. Tessie. Go check on Boeing real quick again. Going crazy up here. Let's pull up the book map on them. See what we're looking like. I'm sure 220 has a lot of sellers stacked. Oh yeah, quite a bit. NVTS was my favorite of the day, Craig. Oh my god, it's still breaking out? Holy shit. The bot called it out earlier at like $6.80 or like $6.85, and man, it's been on fire. Fire here, Craig.
The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land.
That is awesome with NVTS. $7.80. That is nuts. What a pop. 25%. I do gotta say, though, I think it's about done on the day. Once it gets to like $8, I think it'll be pretty much over for NVTS. I think it's pretty much over now. But 8 might be like the peak. I would definitely look at taking profits. Oh, wow, yeah. 8. Yeah, NVTS. Even a momentum play from last night.
Empty hearts and neon lights. The playing with my mind. Gotta get up.
Man, what a pop though. 145 with Nvidia. It's going to be coming back for another test, it looks like. NVDA starting to extend back up ever so slightly. See the 1 minute candles here starting to come back a little bit on Nvidia. Demir took profits at just the right time. New York Fed 1-year inflation expectations fall to 3.2%. Wow, that's pretty good news. That's pretty good news. How dare you, K-Knees? DFDV. Wow. Xavier said, is NVTS a good long-term hold? That is a $1 million question right there, Xavier. It sounds like with what they're doing, it is a pretty good long-term hold. It's just like, look, they were just at $2 a share, and they're popping up to 8. I mean, even if it is good to hold long-term, you know, it might, like, hit resistance and fall down to 4 and then go up, and, you know, it could go all around. But if you're willing to average in for the long term and you're okay if it dips, I think it's not terrible. But with something like this, with how high it is in the short term, you really are probably better waiting for a dip to dip by it, unless you're really okay with averaging in. Intel pop today, did it? INTC? Didn't check on that one too much. Nice. I was looking at it last night. I'm watching it for more of like a swing play off of this bottom range around 20 bucks again. I think that the support looks really good the way that Intel is holding this support here. Little head and shoulders action even. Being like bam, 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 bam. I like it. It's looking solid so far. Really solid start. I think it's even good like share play. If I were to play it, it's shares. And then if we dip under, 18, cut. Simple. I like 601 here with the SPY. This would be good for a breakout today. Come on, SPY. Let's see 600 break. You've been stuck here for too long, SPY. Too many days now. Too much chop in this zone. We want to see the breakout occur. Watch it break out like... Watch it break out earlier. Like in pre-market tomorrow or something. Probably be the case. Freaking pre-market. Of all things. Appreciate the insights. No problem, Hack. Thank you for joining up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, of course. Goes to anybody joining up here on the live. Also, like it up. We're almost at 30. Hit it right at the end. Nvidia's teasing AK, Slashy said. It kind of is, isn't it? Boeing coming back. Nice, right at the high of day, Boeing. Let's go, that's fire. Sitting right on the high of the day. Boeing is awesome there. That's fantastic to see. My music went away. It ended.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Where's the Fed Watch tool?
What's left? The storms we chase and leave
Look at the
us, and love is all we'll ever try.
cuts being priced in here for the year.
I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Wow, hey, Bob with a nice gain today. I like to see that. Nice 1100 by Bob in the chat today. Let's go. Literally, I'm getting less and less confident about it, AK said.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat.
NVTS. Awesome, 780. Slowing down quite a bit. It's not necessarily pulling back yet. I could still see it trying to hit 8, but I think it's pretty much done here. I don't think we should chase it too much more.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll grow in numbers
CLS might be a good buy at 120.
to see the horizon. Turn us to
Celestica.
and we'll grow
Not bad.
in number. Fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to thousands. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and
Go check QQQ. A little bit of rejection back here. Not terrible, but a little bit. Protein shake time for you, Tiger says. I'll just have to get one after today. I'll have to get one after. But I'll definitely be getting one here. I was waiting for somebody to say it. I actually thought about it like 40 minutes ago, and I was wondering if anyone was going to bring it up.
I can see my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are
That's the procrastinator's motto. I was waiting for you to say it, yep. If you don't do it now, you'll forget later, Robert said. All right. We'll go do it real quick. I'll be right back.
trying to protect your soul.
All right, all right. Let's go, let's go. How we doing? Got the protein in. Got my daughter in here with me now. Nasdaq rejecting pretty hard here. SPY down. What has happened? 600 rejecting again. Boeing CEO. Boeing expects free cash flow in H2 2025. Positive free cash flow. Nice. Japan mulls cash handouts as an inflation relief measure. Japan might do inflation relief by handing out checks. What if we get that in the US? That'd be interesting. That was kind of silly how we were out here getting COVID relief checks, like $1,400 checks. I remember. Kind of funny. Go for 40 trillion, Jake said. Timothy said ASTS is on the run. AST Space Mobile new high of the day. Looking great. Good PA, up to 36. Wow, what a run. What a move. Hims. Down in the dumps. All right, guys. I think we're going to call the stream there. I appreciate you guys all joining up today, though. Pretty good start to the week, I would say. We had some pretty crazy price action out there. NVTS was the star of the show. 25%. We love the way it's moving. No problem, Jake. Thanks. What's up, Mike? Mike C. Tom, when you were doing futures, how successful were you? Why did you stop? I mainly stopped, Mike, because whenever I traded futures, I traded them in a crazy way. I would do 100 trades a day sometimes, Mike. It was kind of dumb. And I also traded them whenever I was brand new. So I haven't really traded them since because there hasn't really been a real reason for me to trade them. Yeah, that's really just, there hasn't really been a big reason to trade it. If I want to catch a short-term move, I can do it with options. I like the individual companies a little bit more than I like futures. I wish I could do like Nvidia futures. That'd be pretty cool. All right. You're up on HMY? Yeah, let me know, Slashy. That's awesome. Good luck out there. All right, guys. Have a great one. I'll talk to you soon.